Yo guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing good. Got another fight night this weekend. We've got Anchor Live versus Guskov in the main event. Got Steve Verseg fighting. Got Chanko making his debut. Let's get straight into the full card predictions, starting with the first fight of the night, which is Cody Gibson versus Abdul Hussein. I only see this fight going one way. I see Abdul Hussein getting it done by submission. He's on a massive win streak. Abdul Hussein, 8 or 9 fight win streak, I think. Since he actually lost to Muhammad Makayev, I think it was 4 or 5 years ago. Fun fact. A lot of submissions on his record. A variety of submissions as well. He's not a one-trick pony. He's got a lot of different submissions on his record. Cody Gibson, I'm not too keen on. I don't think he's that great. This is his second stint in the UFC. He fought in the UFC back in like 2017, around that time. Got cut and went on the Ultimate Fighter, I think, a few years ago, maybe like 2023, 2022. Got back into the UFC from that. Lost to like Brad Katona since he's come back, and a couple other guys, and just he's not really impressive. I see Abdul Hussein getting it done. I know there is a massive height disadvantage. He's 5'5" compared to 5'10". That won't matter in the end. I think Abdul Hussein's going to get it done by submission in the second or third round. Moving on, got Nurullo Aliyev versus Mike Davis. This is actually an interesting one. Aliyev hasn't fought since we beat up Shamrock, that's who it was, and he hasn't really fought anyone that high level in the UFC. He's 3-0 in the UFC. He's undefeated, but hasn't beaten anyone too impressive. Mike Davis beat up Mitch Ramirez, I think. He actually just fought on the weekend, just got submitted by Chase Hooper. But Mike Davis, that was his last fight. The thing about Aliyev, he's got the takedown threat, which Mike Davis doesn't. Mike Davis is going to want to keep this standing up on the feet. But Aliyev's no mug on the feet as well. He's good on the feet. I actually think he's arguably got faster hands on the feet than Mike Davis. He's got good boxing, Aliyev. He is a bit of a shorter guy here. Don't think that matter. But he's got the same reach as well. See, that's what I mean. It won't matter. But Mike Davis, he's good on the feet as well. Does all his work on the feet, mostly with the boxing. Aliyev on the feet, he's got good boxing, but again, he's got good takedown threat as well. He will maybe mix in a couple of takedowns in this fight if things are getting tricky on the feet. I have Aliyev as a small favourite in this fight, just like the what's going on here? Just with the odds, and I think he'll get it done by decision here. I don't think he has too much finishing potential. I mean, I don't think he's got any finishes in the UFC, not much finishes in the regional scene either, but I think he'll get this one done. Nurullo Aliyev by decision in this fight. Moving on, got Magomed Tushlov versus Brenson Ribeiro. Tushlov making his debut. I just want to say something about this guy, yeah? If you look on his record, he's 6-0, yeah? He is fighting the worst possible opponents you could ever find. Some of the guys he's fought, I've literally fought him in their debut and never fought again. He's fighting guys that are 3-3, 6-5, 10-9. He's fighting guys with negative records, like 2-3, 1-3. Like, who are these? This is the thing about the regional scene in this Russia, Middle Eastern area. Guys like this, Tushlov here. Who else? This guy. Like that. If you look at their records on Topology or any MMA website, the guys in the regional scene they are fighting are proper bottom of the barrel. Proper bottom of the barrel. I don't know where they get these guys from. It's like they're in Russia. They're just inviting guys to come from the crowd. It's like £5 and you chuck in the go in the octagon. You chuck in the octagon with these guys. Well, what the fuck? Like, I don't get it. Either way, he's got a lot of finishes on the regional scene. Brenson Ribeiro, I don't rate too highly. He's on a bit of a losing streak himself. Lost to what's his name, Rakhman Yukayev, the Turkish fella, in his last fight. But he's a pretty good prospect. But he got slimed out and around by him. He's done that to all his opponents. But yeah, Brenson Ribeiro, I don't rate him too highly. Tushlov's got a lot of finishes here. Brenson Ribeiro, I think, will get finished here as well. This is a bit of a layup. I think they want to try and build these guys from Russia on this card, as Tushlov here, and that's actually a hard matchup. But a lot of these guys from this region have got easier matchups because they want to put on a bit of show. These guys are going to be the crowd favourites in that Abu Dhabi region. They want to give them easy fights to put on a show. I think Tushlov will get this one done over Brenson Ribeiro. But then again, he is unproven, so if you're Brenson Ribeiro is not too bad of an underdog if you're a betting man. I'm not, but I think Tushlov will get that one done by TKO in the first or second round. Santiago Poznabio. I've just butchered that, but we don't care. I'm just going to call him Santiago from now on. Versus Sam Patterson. Well, I'll rate Sam Patterson. I like Sam Patterson. Obviously coming off that 5 MVP, which is boring as fuck, but that's not his fault. That's the way MVP fights. I don't know why it's taken so long, or took up until that fight for people to realise MVP's fight style is boring. You know what I mean? I think people thought MVP was like this entertaining fight just because he has a few crazy clips on Bellator. And that's it. Like, don't get me wrong, it works for him and it's very successful, but it's not the most entertaining to watch. Fun fact about Santiago: he actually has a win over Sean Strickland years ago. When I think he was on a bit of a win streak. Santiago in the UFC, maybe like 2016, 2017, 2018, around there, before 2020. It was a bit of a win streak, 6 or 7 fight win streak, and since around 2020, he's lost most of his fights. Sam Patterson, obviously before the MVP fight, was on a 4 fight win streak of first round finishes himself. A couple submissions, couple knockouts. He's good on the feet, Sam Patterson. He's got a good submission threat as well. I think this fight will stay on the feet. Both these guys throw a lot. Grappling, yeah, they've got. I don't see either of these guys shooting takedowns from what I've watched of both of them as well. Sam Patterson, I think, is better on the feet. He's rangier. He's got a bit of a reach advantage here. He's got a bit of a height advantage. He's a decent size for welterweight. Hopefully gets back in the win column for this, builds his confidence back up. So I like Sam Patterson. I'd like to see how far he can go, because I think MVP was just a bad stylistic matchup for Sam Patterson. He is for most people. I'd like to see how far Sam Patterson can go in the welterweight division. I think he'll get this one done over Santiago by decision. Actually, no, I think he'll put him away. This goes Sam Patterson by TKO in the later rounds, getting back into the win column. He is a decent favourite in this fight. Let's hope he gets it done. Moving on, Dustin Jacoby versus Mohamed Said. Again, one of these fellas from the Russia region that have just fighting absolute bums, fighting your dads, your uncles, your granddads, just absolute nobodies. But he's 9-0, as all of these guys from that region are. They're all undefeated because of who they're fighting. I don't really understand these odds at all. I don't know if Mohamed Said's the second coming of John Jones or whatever. Let's hope not. You know, I'd be scared for the pregnant woman and the and his missus, if that is true. You know what I mean. Dustin Jacoby is very good. He's very, very good. His only losses to guys like Khalil Roundtree, Dominic Reyes, Alonzo Minifield, top 15 guys. You know, slimed out Julius Walker in his last fight. He's on a 2-fight win streak, 3-fight win streak now. Justin Jacoby. He's literally just outside the rankings. He's unlucky not to be ranked, actually. I think he beats Alonzo Minifield in a rematch, because I don't actually rate Alonzo Minifield that highly. He's powerful, Dustin Jacoby, very powerful. He's got good kicks as well. He obviously had a very successful, I don't really know too much, but he fought Alex Pereira in kickboxing back when they used to fight in Glory. He's a good kickboxer. I said very powerful, good powerful hands, long reach as well, long arms. Mohamed Said, again, I don't really know what I can base this off. He's fought no one. Like I said, I don't know who he is, what he's about, other than he's been fighting bums on the regional scene. Literally absolutely nobodies. I've said that 50 times this video. I'm going to stop saying it. But I think Dustin Jacoby gets this done. I don't really understand these odds at all. These are weird. I think Dustin Jacoby should be a lot bigger favourite. I think he'll get this one done 100%. Dustin Jacoby by knockout, and then there's an exciting matchups for Dustin Jacoby. There's an Alonzo Minifield rematch you could put in there. Guys at the end of the light heavyweight rankings you can match him with. I like Dustin Jacoby, he's a good fighter. Volta Walker versus Thomas Peterson. This is an interesting one. Volta Walker coming back after beating the great Louis Sutherland, the one, the only, Mr. Crafty himself. He's on a 4-fight streak of heel hooks. Thomas Peterson fought a few months ago in the Apex. Brazilian fella making his debut. I think his name's Guilherme Pat. I think he's fighting to himself. I could be wrong. I think it is Guilherme Pat. Thomas Peterson's no mug though. He's a decent fighter outside the heavyweight rankings. There aren't many of them. Recent losses, he lost to Vitor Petrino recently. He's alright, Vitor Petrino. Thomas Peterson, he's a good fighter. He's decent on the feet. He can mix it up. He's got good takedowns as well. He's predominantly a wrestler. But he's good on the feet as well. Volta Walker's going to try and grapple. This could end up being a bit of a smudge fest with these two just laying on the ground, grappling each other. I don't think Peterson will actually want to go on the ground because we know how good Volta Walker's submissions is, and surely he's not going to be the 5th guy in a row that underestimates his submission threat and gets heel hooked. I don't think so. I think Peterson's got to be smarter than that. I do think Volta Walker will get this one done though. I think he'll get this one done by decision. I think he will have his way in the end. I think Peterson probably has a good first round and Volta Walker maybe has his way in the end. Gets his grappling going. I don't think he'll submit Thomas Peterson. I think I have him winning by decision here. But I think Volta Walker will get come back after a, what was it, 7-8 month layoff. Get back in the win column. Defend his ranking against Thomas Peterson by decision. Moving on. Got Ismail Bonfim versus Axel Soler. Axel Soler, he had that fight with Mason Jones, who I rate very highly. An absolute scrap at the on the London card. He's tough. He's tough as fuck, Axel Soler, and he's got range of weapons himself. He actually dropped Mason Jones quite badly. Had him wobbled in the first with a spinning elbow. He's got decent striking, Axel Soler overall. Ismail Bonfim, I don't rate too highly. He's on a bit of a losing streak himself. He's actually brother of Gabriel Bonfim, I'm pretty sure. No, not pretty sure. I am sure. Who's top 5, top 6, whatever it is in the welterweight division. I think Axel Soler gets this one done. I think if you're in there with Mason Jones for 3 rounds, getting hit with the stuff he got hit with, Ismail Bonfim is not going to hit you with anything that you're thinking, fuck, oh shit, I don't want to be here. I think Axel Soler is going to be alright in this fight. I think he's experienced a beating in that Mason Jones fight, and I think Mason Jones is a lot better than Ismail Bonfim. I don't think he'll be troubled by anything Ismail Bonfim comes with. He's got decent striking himself, Axel Soler. Ismail Bonfim, he's just a bit. I don't rate him too highly. I mean, he has a decent output, but he doesn't really offer anything that worries me for Axel Soler. I think Axel Soler gets this one done quite easy. I think he actually puts him away. He's a small favourite in this fight. I guess maybe just because the experience Ismail Bonfim has. Almost need double the fights. Oh, has more than double the fights of Axel Soler. I think Axel Soler gets this one done by TKO in the later rounds. He's a small favourite here. I think he gets it done. Moving on, got Abu Bakar Vagayev versus Sagid Isakhmaev. I think I did pretty well with them names, but I do know this guy on the right, Sagid. He's one of he trains with Makachev and whatnot. He's with the Dagestan lot. I don't know too much about this guy. He's one of them guys in the regional scene again. It's just they don't fight. They literally fight nobodies in that area of the world. Sagid, who's he fight? Nicholas Dalby. That's who he fought. He lost to Nicholas Dalby in his UFC debut. It was a bit of a boring fight. They had it was a mostly grappling fight. It was a bit of a controversial decision. I think Dalby maybe just about edged it, but then again, it was a bit of a close one. I think so I'm just gonna say Sagid Isakhmaev butchered that, but we don't care. Gets it done by decision here. I've nothing, absolutely nothing, and I can't even remember the research I did on him. I can't be asked to go back again. He's a small under. Oh, he's a favourite. Don't care. We're going with Sagid. Moving on. Rizvan Cunha versus Tyrell Fortune. It's an interesting one. I think Rizvan Cunha gets this one done. Hasn't fought since the Jout and Almeida fight back in February. Tyrell Fortune beat Marcin Tybura on short notice in his UFC debut. It's a decent win. I mean, it wasn't majorly impressive, but it's a decent win. Because Tybura, if you're absolutely shit in the heavyweight division, Tybura will smudge you and craft his way to a 29-28 split decision. I think Rizvan Cunha, he's got more tools in his game. Tyrell Fortune is, I mean, don't get me wrong, these guys are both plodders. I just think Cunha's a little bit less of a plodder, yeah? Cunha, he's got more tools in his game. He's a bit of a smarter fighter, he's more technical. I mean, you watch his fight against Jelton Almeida, and he had a close fight with Curtis Blades before that, especially the fight against Jelton Almeida. He uses his clinch very well. He clinches up very well, throws a lot of knees in the clinch. He's not too bad on the feet. Doesn't actually shoot that many takedowns. Like I said, he clinches up a lot, will hold you against the cage. He's a smart fighter. Tyrell Fortune is a bit walk forward, kind of shoot takedown, stand up, you know, big rangy shots. I think Kunyev will work him out here. I don't think he'll finish him. I think Kunyev will get this one done by decision here and defend his ranking. Not too much to say on this one. He is a small favourite here. Decent favourite here. Rightly so. I think Kunyev gets this one done by decision as he's a smart fighter. Moving on, we've got John Pork. Chanko, we've got Magomed Zainukov. We've got his debut in the UFC after his Contender Series fight last year. Fighting Damian Respecki. Because the UFC haven't been bothered to put up Respecki's stats here, as they don't, because this website's useless. Respecki is 10-0, he's Polish guy. 10-0, undefeated. Hasn't fought anyone too great on the regional scene. Again, not as bad as the guys on the Russia area regional scene, but still no one special. At least the guys have positive records. Chanko, obviously, I know a lot more about from his Contender Series fight. Got good kicks, very good kicks. Muay Thai background, obviously. Comes from a lot in Dagestan, but very good kicks. Got very good leg kicks. Throws a lot of teeps as well. Got a good teep to the body. He's got good hands as well. The thing I would say about him, he does stand in the pocket a lot. He does likes to stand and trade a lot, and he is there to be hit. I do think he's gonna get this one done, 100%. But he is there to be hit, 100%. He's there to be. He did get dropped in his Contender Series fight. It was a bit of a flash knockdown, but either way, shot a couple takedowns as well in his Contender Series fight. But mostly he's a stand-up fighter. He's very good on the feet, good hands. In the very pressure heavy, high output, very high output. I can see him overwhelming Respecki here, and it's a bit of a tough matchup for your debut for Respecki, but I think Chanko gets this one done. John Pork gets it done by TKO in the second or third round. I think once he works him out, puts the pressure on, I think Respecki will probably fold. Yeah, let's go John Pork. He's a small favourite here as well. John Pork by TKO in the later rounds. Moving on, we've got Islam Dulatov versus Wellington Turman. Dulatov has taken time from Moggin on the model, on the catwalk, whatever you call it, and it's finally come back in the UFC after literally about a year. Slimed out Adam Fujit. I think it was more than a year ago actually. It's finally back. One of the biggest talked about prospects in the welterweight division, and they've given him a bit of a layup here. Wellington Turman literally hasn't fought in 3 years, and before that, he hasn't won much in the UFC. Dulatov, we know he's powerful as well. Anyway, Dulatov is powerful. He does have decent grappling as well. I think it was a first round knockout over Adam Fujit when they fought last year. I don't know what he's been doing on the sidelines for a year, but they've given him a bit of a layup here on purpose. They obviously want to build the guy. He's a big prospect. Talk about name. He's got a fan base already. He's a massive favourite here, -800. I can see him catching Wellington Turman very easily here within the first round, maybe the first 2-3 minutes, and putting him away. They've obviously put him this high up on the card just to get him a bit of show time, a bit of airtime, get his name out there more. They obviously want to build him. He's big frame for a welterweight as well. I think he gets this one done by TKO in the first round. You got Steve Erceg, Steve Carell fighting Razman Tamirov. This pisses me off, this matchmaking. I don't know what, Tamirov doesn't deserve Erceg. He got done for some illegal substance. And got banned, or not banned, suspended for like a year. And before that, he only had two wins in the UFC. He was 2-0. He did beat Charles Johnson, which is a decent win, don't get me wrong. But Steve Erceg literally just fought, was it Tim Elliott? He was like the number 12, number 13th ranked guy in the division. I think he was higher than that. I think he was like number 11 then, number 10. Beats him convincingly, has a great performance, and then gives him, and then the UFC give him a guy outside the rankings who's only had 2 fights in the UFC. And has just been suspended and sitting on the sidelines for a year. I don't get it. I don't get it one bit. Either way, I think Steve Erceg is going to school Razman Tamirov, absolutely school him. If Erceg fights anything like he did against Tim Elliott, I think this will be an easy night at the office for him. If he keeps Tamirov at range, I mean, Tamirov is pretty decent on the feet, doesn't actually shoot too many takedowns. Erceg, if he keeps him at range, he's going to have a reach advantage and a height advantage. He's going to be the much bigger guy in there. Tamirov is more explosive, but Urseg, he's got more output. If he just sticks at range, especially the straight shots, he's got lovely straight shots, Steve Urseg. And he was against Tim Elliott, was just popping him with the jab, moving, 1-2, moving around, slipping, countering. He's got really good boxing fundamentals, Steve Urseg. I hope he gets this one done. I do like Steve Urseg. I think if he keeps him at range, uses boxing, he'll keep Tamirov out. Stupid matchmaking, but Steve Urseg is going to school Razaman Tamirov and show him that he doesn't belong in there with him. 100%. Steve Urseg by decision. Moving on, we've got the main event time. Big Ank versus Bogdan Guskov. Why is Big Ank staring at me like that? Just beak maxing with his massive nose. We got. I think I'm going to go Ank alive in this one. Guskov's obviously stopping in on short notice. He was meant to fight. Was it Blachowicz at UFC Serbia? That rematch is never going to happen. These guys, they fought in December last year. It was a draw. They were meant to fight UFC 328. Jan got injured. Then they were meant to fight on the Serbia card. Khalil pulled out of this fight, Khalil Roundtree, and Guskov stepped in. I think Jan said they asked him to step in, but he just didn't have enough time to make the weight. But Guskov stepped in, so we still got a fight. We still got a main event. I am going to go Ank alive in this one though. Guskov is good. Don't get me wrong. He's powerful. He is a little bit ploddy for heavyweight, not heavyweight, sorry, light heavyweight. He is a little bit ploddy. Ankalaev, I don't think people give enough credit for how good Ankalaev is on the feet. He is very good on the feet. I think because people see he had that smudge fest where he just held Alex Pereira against the cage basically for 5 rounds. That, you know, he's a bit of a boring fight. He has some crazy knockouts. And just put it out there, I'm not a big Ank glazer. I'm not an Ankalaev glazer, alright? I'm just bigging him up because he is good, alright? Yeah, Ankalaev, but obviously we know he's a good grappler. He will hold you against the fence. He's got he's a smart fighter. He's very technical, but he's got big power. He's got good kicks. Got a lot of highlight reel knockouts. For example, that one over Johnny Walker a few years ago. Yeah, I think Ankalaev gets this one done. I don't know what was wrong with him in that Alex Pereira rematch. Alex Pereira just slimed them out. One of the best moments of last year. One of the best title fight moments of last year. Guskov, before that Jan fight, he had was it Nikita Krylov sliding him out and around, and then before that fought Billy Elikana, I think. And this is the thing, he struggled a little bit with Billy Elikana in one of the rounds. He did put him away eventually by submission in the later rounds, but it's just things like that just make me a bit like nervous of Guskov. He shows, and especially even in the Jan fight back in December, he got dropped really late on, 10 seconds to go in the 3rd round. And the only reason it was a draw is because he got a 10-8 round in the 1st round. He lost the 2nd and the 3rd round to Jan Blachowicz. And, well, I just don't... Guskov, he's there to be hit. He has been dropped a few times in UFC. He got finished by Bogdan Ozdemir a few years ago. Ozdemir's crafty though. Like, Ozdemir is he's a crafty customer in the light heavyweight division. But I don't know. Guskov, I like Guskov. I've got nothing against the guy. I think he's a good fighter. He's big and powerful. I just think Big Ank's gonna get this one done. If he uses his kicks, well, here I can see him catching Guskov, wobbling him, and putting him away. But I could also see Ank just smudge festing him for 5 rounds and getting a decision win. I did also hear there's a potential interim light heavyweight title fight because obviously Carlos Ulberg's gonna be out for ages. I think if Ankalaev wins this, he's obviously in that fight versus probably Paulo Costa is what it should be. I'd love to see that fight. I'd love to see Paulo Costa beat him. But then again, if Guskov wins this fight, which I don't think he will, but if Guskov does win this fight, there's fresh contenders at the top of the light heavyweight division, which isn't a bad thing at all. So either way, I think this is a win-win situation. Ankalaev wins, you probably get Ankalaev versus Paulo Costa. Guskov wins, you get a fresh contender at the top of the light heavyweight division, and Big Ank starts to slide down them rankings, which ain't a bad thing. But it's a win-win situation, I think, for the light heavyweight division for this fight. I think even if Khalil Roundtree was still fighting, I think Ankalaev would have beat him too. I don't think this is any harder for Ankalaev or any easier. I think this is around the same. I think Guskov, I just think he's a bit too one-dimensional for Ankalaev to be troubled by him. I think Ankalaev gets this one done by... Yeah, I think he'll finish him later on. I think the longer this fight goes on, the more chance Guskov's getting finished. I'd say he puts Guskov away in the 3rd or the 4th round by TKO. Right, that's it. That's my full card predictions for UFC Abu Dhabi. If you liked it, like, subscribe, comment, whatever. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one, boys. Peace.